Hi everybody, today we're going to finish up Mitzvah Shem, the Sicha from the Shabbos Parshas Yisro, the 20th of Shevat, 5752, from this book, the Royal Words. You can get this. If you look down in the description, there's a link to get this book. We're still doing Shemos 1. Shemos has 2 books in it. Okay, so I'm going to go over a little bit what we did just before because it's a short share. And basically we're explaining how that what has happened now through the Rebbe, through Baal Shem Tov and the Rebbe, how God is mamish here, and then when we're talking Torah, we're mamish God speaking Torah right now. Just like at the giving of the Torah. They never, just when the Torah was given, everybody saw God speaking and they were trembling and they were in awe. It's the same thing now. God is speaking through us, the same level. That's what Rebbe is explaining. And when we understand that, that means, that's why also we will realize how holy and special and how awestrucking we are when we're talking Torah. So the lesson from this and above, we're on number page 12, 258. The lesson from this and above all for each and every Jewish person, man, woman, and child, in regard to the action, especially every Jewish person of our generation now, that means us, standing presently on the Shabbos, the Torah portion of Yisro. This is when the Rebbe said this, when we read in Shul the Torah, the portion of the giving of Torah. In addition, we are coming, so first we read the Torah in Shul. Then we're coming from the 10th of Shevat, which was the 10th of Shevat of the 11th month, and therefore it's like a special completion where the Frierdiker Rebbe finished his work. And we're preparing ourselves for the next special level. It's the 22nd of Shevat, which is 2 times 11. This is the Rebbitzins Yartzai, that every Jew must take a lesson from. So therefore, all of these great things, revelation of godliness, so therefore we must take a lesson from. And God spoke all of these words saying, which is said in the first person in singular, I am Hashem your God, who is taking you out of the land of Egypt, in order to teach us that this is a commandment and a lesson for him, for every individual. In other words, that we are mamish Hashem speaking Hashem's word, and this is even more and more revealed now than ever before because of the Shabbos and the 10th of Shevat and the 22nd of Shevat we're coming up to. Just as it was at the giving of the Torah, that together with it being an event which only took place one time in history, the giving of Torah has an effect and a continuation to all times. So the Torah is given once, but every day and every minute has an effect upon us. In a manner that says, just as then, so too presently, that the Torah right now is being revealed through us. So too must now, we must read from this portion of the Torah, we must take from it, i.e. the portion of the Torah, good resolution. So what does this help us? Because we're such a high spiritual level, so we should make good resolution in regard to the action. Everything's to change, bring the Geula Shleima through the following days, weeks, and months, and especially resolutions that are related to the concept of 10 and 11 as mentioned above. 10, that we talked about the level of bringing down the level of Hashem, how he's beyond the world into the worlds, and making the world a complete place for Hashem to dwell. This means, just as at the beginning when all the Jewish people gathered together in a manner of, and the Jewish people camped there as one man with one heart, so we all together as one person, so too there must be also in the service of Jew, every individual Jew, that he must gather together the 10 powers of his soul, make from them a tzibur, entity. It makes him a congregation entity for the purpose of serving Hashem, both of his 10 innermost powers, the 3 faculties of intellect, and the 7 attributes, and also with his all-encompassing powers, the aspect of 11, how he's beyond the world. Namely, what is this? It means his will and his pleasure, his total delight and his will. As alluded in the verse, that with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might, we say in Shema that you're supposed to you should love Hashem your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Let's see what. Okay. So, and first and foremost, to add in, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to bring this level of the Torah into ourselves? What's a resolution supposed to be? What are we supposed to decide to do now to reveal Geula Shleima? First and foremost, to add in the study of Torah with awe, with fear and trembling, with shaking, knowing that when he learns Torah, it is in conformance with his own 10 powers of his soul. He's saying literally the words of Hashem which Hashem spoke to Moshe at Sinai. This is mamish what we're saying. Look at 101c Torah, Torah is written by the first Lubavitcher Rebbe of our Parsha that I was talking about in this week's Parsha, that the intellect one shall contemplate upon this, and it should fall upon him awe and fear when he studies Torah, taking into heart that it is literally the word of Hashem that was said to Moshiach Mount Sinai. So in other words, literally this is what's happening. Literally, right now, I'm talking Torah, and literally Hashem is speaking through me, without any interference. This is what the Rebbe is saying. I mean, it's wonderful. It's amazing. And first and foremost, but to add, in the study of Torah with alms, okay, we just did that. Sorry. Let's go. Furthermore, mainly, everyone must take upon himself to effect in the following days in the near future at least another 10 Jewish people to add in all matters of Torah and commandments, and put effort into this. With all the above mentioned powers, its innermost powers and all encompassing powers. In other words, you have to use your whole self. As mentioned, that this is a directive for each and every Jewish person in our generation, men, women, and children. So we all have to go out, and when Rebbe says that to affect 10 Jewish people, they should become in a complete way given over to Hashem. Especially including and beginning with the people who find themselves now. So we're here in the synagogue, the study of house and good deeds of my dear father-in-law, the leader of the generation. So this, which is a microcosm of the house of our Rebbe in Babylon. Sanctuation is in microcosm, the house of our Rebbe in Babylon. Today, the Rebbe came out with the whole Sikha. Now 770 was. I'm sorry, I didn't put my time on here. What time? How much time have we gone? So I don't mess up.
It's 6 minutes only.
Okay. Six minutes. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Especially including the beginning, the people who have found themselves now, which the Rebbe is talking about, the people who were in 770. Here in the synagogue, the study house, and the house of good deeds of my revered father-in-law, the Rebbe, the leader of the generation, which is, what place are we now when 770 is sitting in 770? It's the sanctuary in microcosm. This is the base of Migdash. And microcosm, the house of our Rebbe in Babel, i.e. the diaspora. So, which, in other words, this is Beis Moshiach where we are right now, which indeed, the house of our life, it's called Beis Chayenu in Hebrew, the house of our life, of all the Jewish people, all the Jewish people get their lives from there, which find themselves in this place. So we're now in the house where we're sitting in 7-7, where the life of everybody, and of all the Jewish people of this whole generation. This is due to the fact, why is it that 770 is the special place where everything comes from? This is due to the fact that the leader is everything, and from him is drawn forth the flow of vitality to the whole entire generation. So the Rebbe is Melech Moshiach, and he's the leader, and everything is drawn forth, who are found throughout the world. That this makes that the Rebbe is the one, the leader of the generation, gives life to the whole world. Therefore, it's understood that his synagogue, house of study, and house of good deeds is the house of our life, because this is where our life comes from, especially through him making the flow of the Torah of life and commandments, which about them it says, and you shall live by them, available to all, that the Rebbe is making, that they are our life and lengthen our days. The Rebbe is, through the Rebbe, he's making the whole world able to understand Chassidus and understand God. He's done more outreach than anybody in the world, and he continues to do more and more daily, on a daily basis, as we see how many more Jews are finally lighting up and becoming one with Shem, and their souls are becoming revealed in a beautiful way. Now we're at the bottom of 260. And through the Jewish people which find themselves here, being a living example of how one must conduct himself according to the directives of the leader of generations, the Rebbe is saying that everybody in Shul now, in 770, you have to follow you have to show that you're a chassid. By showing you're a chassid, following the directives of the Rebbe. The flow and vitality are drawn forth from this house. So therefore, I live in Los Angeles. By me following the directives of the Rebbe, I'm bringing from the Rebbe to here, especially that we are now adding and repairing the house as much as possible in this lowest world. So the Rebbe is explaining in 770 itself, they were in the process of making it bigger and renovating it. So this is making the world a more special place to receive more godliness to the Jewish people throughout the world. Let's go through this again. And through the Jewish people, we find themselves which find themselves here, being a living example of how one must conduct himself according to the directives of the leader of the generation, that the flow and vitality are drawn forth from this house, which is the Bred 770, Beis Moshiach, especially that we are now adding in renovation and repairing the house, making it more special, as much as possible in this lowest world, to the Jewish people throughout the world. So this level comes, we by conducting ourselves in the proper way, we become a living example to spread in the whole world, until the whole world will see and will understand what the Rebbe wants, and will bring down godliness in the whole world. And the whole world should be able to see that, which we're speaking God's words now. Furthermore, and this is the main thing, literally, immediately, the true and complete redemption comes in a literal, actuality. Then the synagogue, the house of study, and the house of good deeds, together with all the synagogues, the houses of study and the house of good deeds, will ascend and will fly with the clouds of the sky, together with all the Jewish people, with our youth and with our elders and with our sons and with our daughters, to the Holy Land, and then to the holy city of Jerusalem, and then to the holy mountain, and then to the third and triple Beis Hamikdash. And Beis Hamikdash being that it includes the tabernacle, first and second Beis Hamikdash. And immediately, and miyad mamish, literally mamish, with all of its meanings, beginning with the simple meaning of it, literally right now. Amen. That's it. Thank you for everybody. We're going to continue with a new Sikha next time. This is the final one of this Sikha. Sei gesund.